Hey there, it's Mario here. I'm in the center of Rome right now, and as you guys can see, there's a lot of tourists here as usual. And in this video, I wanted to make something special. I wanted to give my tribute to Muhammad Ali, who passed away on the 3rd of June 2016, one of the most inspirational characters that I knew about, and one guy that I always went to for more motivation, for more inspiration when it's needed in those tough times. And one big lesson that I want to share with you guys is something that I think Ali was a master of, and something that helped me a lot. That is the biggest lesson I've learned from him, actually. That is, how do you build identity-based habits? I mean, this guy wasn't just a famous boxer. He wasn't just the greatest boxer of all time. He was also an inspirational figure in all other areas of life. So what I learned from him essentially is, as his quote goes, he said, "I was the greatest before I even knew about it." You know, he said he was the greatest before he even knew about it. And that's a really powerful thing there, because he has set up an identity that he will act through. Instead of asking himself, well, how do I feel today? Oh, if I'm feeling bad, sad, lonely, anxious, all of these things. No, he's asking, well, who am I? Who am I? Who am I as a person? What is my identity? And that is a really powerful thing that we can learn from Ali, because once you set up that identity, and if you simply act through that identity, you will be able to take the right action. You may need to make the right decision at any point in time, because it's no longer a question of your emotion, which is fluctuating all the time. No, now it's the question of, well, what would the best version of myself be? What would the personality that I chose to be do right now in this moment? And that's what Ali was he was a master of this. He knew that the fight wasn't won in the ring. You know, you don't win the fight in the ring. You don't lose the fight in the ring. The fight is won and lost in the gym, outside of the gym, when you're practicing, when you're eating healthy food, when you're taking positive actions to improve yourself as a person. That's where you win and lose the fight, not just in boxing, but in life as well. So that's a really important lesson from him here, is that once you establish that identity, then you can simply act through that, and there will no longer be any confusion of what is the right thing to do. And one quick example from my life, and one of my clients who just recently said, hey, I want to try to be a vegan for a while. And it's a really interesting fact that once you make that switch, immediately you take on that new identity. And what that does, and at least for him, he said, well, now I have no problem resisting any cravings. I don't snack a lot. I don't do any of these things, because it's all like forbidden food, right? It's all in the list of, no, I as a vegan, I don't eat that stuff. And that identity that he adopted, it's not just that, oh, well, I can't eat this, or I can't eat that, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. No, it's not. It's like, I don't do that. I simply do not do that. It's not a part of who I am. And that's a really powerful way of looking at things, because it's already a pre-made decision. It doesn't fatigue you. It doesn't require willpower. There's no negotiation whether you should do it or not. It's actually something that's already preset. And once you're acting through those preset mini rules that you have for yourself, it's a lot easier to actually stay on the path and maintain that identity. And ultimately, those actions, those behaviors that you're taking will build that identity in real life. And that's what happened with Ali. You know, he said he was the greatest. Nobody even knew who the fuck he was. But eventually, because he was taking positive action in that direction, he was non-stop hammering those actions, the world finally found out who he was, and he was the greatest fighter of all time. And that is something that we can learn from this guy. And I think this is a really, really powerful thing that a lot of us neglect. You know, we look at small behaviors, we look at small habits, we look at all these things, but the root cause of all our behavior is simply who we think we are. So who do you think you are? That's my question for you. What is your identity? What is the identity that you choose for yourself? Are you the guy who is like, well, I can't do this today, so I want to try it tomorrow, or I feel sad for myself today, I'm just going to have that ice cream, or I'm just doing it? No, I mean, choose an identity that will lead to success. That is the first step, and then simply have to act through that identity. I've talked about this many different times. I'm going to leave a couple links in the description below for you guys, from articles and videos and all the other things that are where I really broken down this whole paradigm shift. But in essence, that is what the great ones do. They simply choose to be that person before anybody else knows about it, and that's how they succeed, because they are acting through something that is greater than themselves. They're acting through that purpose that is pushing them automatically to make the right choice. And that is something that we should also adopt in all of our areas of our lives. So hope you guys enjoy this. And one question for you, I want you to leave in the comments below, what is your favorite Muhammad Ali quote? You know, I'm a big quote guy. I love reading quotes. I always find some inspiration reading them. So what is your favorite quote from Muhammad Ali? Let me know in the comments below. Aside from that, make sure to hit that subscribe button below to support the channel. Aside from that, share this video, and let's support this great man. Let's give him some respect. And this guy changed the world, made the world a better place. We can only hope to do so ourselves, and we leave this world leaving it 1% better than we came in, We did our job as human beings. There's no regrets. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick lesson from here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.